Now, we are slowly wrapping up Women's Month, and here at eNCA, we've been shining a spotlight on women who are doing exceptional things in their chosen fields. Today, I'm going to be talking to Atang Biela on her PhD research into the effects of ocean acidification. She's from the Southern Ocean Carbon Climate Observatory in the CSIR and is joining us now for more on this. Good afternoon, Atang. Welcome to today on eNCA. Thank you very much as we continue. Of course, we've got a couple more days of August to honor women like yourselves during this month of August who are doing wonderful work, awesome things in different fields. What are you busy with? What is ocean acidification all about? When I saw that, all I thought about was maybe it's about the pH levels of the ocean.
Good day, Braden, and thank you for having me. Good day to your viewers. You're absolutely correct. That is exactly what ocean acidification is. It's got to do with the pH level of the ocean becoming more acidic, and that means that the pH is dropping. And that is due to the increase in carbon dioxide in the ocean.
Okay, now Southern Ocean, are we talking about the Antarctica?
We're speaking about the ocean that surrounds Antarctica, yes.
Yeah. So what's contributing to this acidification? In your research, you are currently doing a PhD research. What are you finding?
So I've just started my PhD and I've just returned from a voyage down to the Southern Ocean. And so exactly what I'm doing is that I'm looking at what the effects are of this ocean acidification on phytoplankton, which are single-celled organisms that photosynthesize. And those organisms are the ones that draw down carbon dioxide. Now, the acidification is due to the increase in CO2 that is due to our work as humans. So emissions from industries, cars, and the likes.
Yeah, and what about other waste material that finds itself floating in the area? Does that contribute as well?
That's not a big contributor, but it's really mostly the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere that comes into contact with the ocean and is then exchanged with the water.
Okay, and what's the impact? I mean, why should we care right up here in Gauteng? Why should we worry about what's happening with that ocean so far away?
So the big thing about the Southern Ocean is that it's a really big controller of climates globally. So in Gauteng, the worry should be that climate change is something that's happening, and whatever changes come with that climate change, it's going to impact all of humanity.
Yeah, why did you decide to go into this field?
I think that I've always been interested in the natural world, in nature, something that my parents exposed me to at a very early age. And with climate change being a big thing right now for us as the human race, I wanted to play my part in trying to come up with different solutions and trying to mitigate the impacts and just seeing how we can drive ourselves forward as humanity, basically.
Yeah, if the ocean, then the Southern Ocean continues to acidify, what is the likely impact? Just bring it closer home to us.
So likely impact is that the acidity of the ocean, as it decreases, it affects the ability of nutrient cycling to be efficient and effective in the ocean. And without an efficient nutrient supply, phytoplankton, which draw down carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, can no longer do that efficiently. And then that leads to changes in the climate, which could potentially lead to weather changes. So, for example, what you're seeing in Pakistan in the past few days, those torrential floods, that's due to glacial melt, and that's caused by an increase in temperature due to a heat wave that had swept over Asia over the past couple of days. So that is a direct impact of what's possibly happening in the ocean at the moment.
Okay, you said you just started with your PhD. What is your thesis addressing?
My thesis is addressing how ocean acidification directly impacts phytoplankton, their photosynthesis, and nutrient cycling in the ocean. And when I talk about nutrients, I mean things like phosphorus and nitrogen.
Yeah, those terrible chemicals we are always told is not a very good thing. I was just wondering, you've mentioned the impact on the water and therefore into the climate, surrounding areas, and can affect far areas like Pakistan. But what about animal life in the sea? That part of the ocean has got a lot of big sea creatures.
Yes, it does have a direct impact on animal life in the ocean as well, in terms of the food web. So when you no longer have the supply of nutrients from the base of the food web, which is basically your phytoplankton, which I could liken to plants on land. If that collapses, then you no longer have that distribution of energy throughout the food web, and then your top predators and your animals at the top of the food web no longer have their supply of food. And then this in turn can obviously directly affect humans through no longer having fish, and that can also directly impact fishing industries as well.